So you're scrolling through fitness Twitter at 2 in the morning, and suddenly everyone's talking about peptides like they just discovered the cheat code to life. Your favorite influencer is suddenly shredded, your gym bro swears they fixed his shoulder, and some guy in a podcast booth is saying they reversed his biological age by 11 years. And you're sitting there thinking, what the hell are peptides, and should I be injecting mystery chemicals into my stomach fat? Here's the truth. Peptides aren't magic. They're not steroids. And 90% of what you've heard is either exaggerated, misunderstood, or being sold to you by someone with a discount code. But they're also not nothing. So let's cut through the hype and actually figure out what peptides are, what they supposedly do, and whether you should care. The problem with peptides is that nobody explains them in plain English. You get two types of information. Either it's some longevity doctor using words like mitochondrial signaling that make you feel like you need a medical degree, or it's some fitness influencer saying, bro, just pin this before bed and you'll wake up jacked, with zero explanation. So you're stuck in the middle. You don't know if peptides are legitimate science or expensive placebo. You don't know if they're safe or if you're playing Russian roulette with your endocrine system. Here's what's actually happening. Peptides are short chains of amino acids. That's it. They're basically tiny proteins that send signals to your body to do specific things. Some tell your pituitary gland to release growth hormone. Some tell your body to repair damaged tissue faster. They're messengers. The fitness world latched onto them because certain peptides can theoretically amplify things you already want. Faster recovery, leaner muscle, better joint health. Unlike anabolic steroids, most peptides work with your body's natural systems instead of overriding them. That's why people call them safer. That's also why the effects are way more subtle. You're not going to inject a peptide on Monday and wake up on Tuesday looking like a different person. This isn't testosterone, it's optimization, not transformation. Let's talk recovery first. If you're training hard, the limiting factor isn't your willingness to suffer in the gym. It's how fast you can bounce back. If a peptide genuinely speeds up tissue repair or helps you sleep deeper, you can train harder, more often, without running yourself into the ground. That's the difference between spinning your wheels and actually progressing year after year. Then there's injury prevention and healing. Tendons, ligaments, connective tissue. The stuff that doesn't heal fast and ends careers. If certain peptides actually improve collagen synthesis or joint health, that's about being able to lift heavy into your 40s, 50s, and beyond without your body falling apart. Fat loss and muscle retention. Some peptides supposedly increase growth hormone, which helps you stay leaner while holding onto muscle. That's the holy grail. And if they improve sleep quality on top of that, you're compounding every other benefit, because sleep is where your body actually does the work. Here's the bottom line. If peptides are legit, they're not about looking better next week. They're about optimizing the long game. Better recovery, fewer injuries, more training capacity. That's why the hype exists. The question is whether the reality matches the promise. Peptides are just short chains of amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein. Long chain, protein. Short chain, peptide. That's the only difference, size. Your body uses peptides as signaling molecules. They're like text messages telling different parts of your body what to do. Your body already makes thousands of these naturally. But the peptides people are injecting are synthetic versions designed to trigger very specific responses. Think of it like this. Your body has a communication network. Peptides are hacking that network to amplify certain signals. Here's what most people misunderstand. Peptides aren't adding something foreign to your body like anabolic steroids do. They're amplifying processes that already exist. That's why they're considered quote-unquote safer. But safer doesn't mean risk-free, and amplifying a process doesn't mean you're going to see dramatic results. It means you're optimizing, not transforming. The growth hormone peptides. The most common ones are ipamorelin, CJC1295, and MK677. These tell your pituitary gland to pulse out more growth hormone naturally. The claimed benefits? Better sleep, faster recovery, improved fat loss while maintaining muscle. Here's the reality check. Growth hormone is not magic. The effects are subtle. You might recover a bit faster between sessions. You might sleep deeper. But if your training and nutrition are garbage, peptides won't save you. They're an optimization tool for people who already have the basics dialed in. Healing and recovery peptides. BPC-157 and TB-500 are the big ones. These are the ones people use for injuries, tendinitis, ligament strains, muscle tears. The claim is that they speed up tissue repair, reduce inflammation, and improve blood flow to damaged areas. People swear by them. Guys saying their nagging shoulder pain disappeared, runners saying their Achilles tendinitis healed faster than expected. But here's the catch. The human research on these is extremely limited. Most of the studies are on rats. The evidence is mostly anecdotal. Does that mean they don't work? No. It means we don't have bulletproof data yet. But it also means you're taking a calculated risk based on other people's experiences, not hard science. Performance and endurance peptides. Things like MOTSC and epitalon, which are supposed to improve mitochondrial function and even slow down aging at a cellular level. These are the ones the longevity crowd loves. The science here is even thinner, but the claims are bold. More energy, better endurance, slower biological aging. Again, mostly anecdotal, mostly expensive, mostly unproven. Here's what you need to understand. Peptides are not plug and play. You can't just buy a random vial online, inject it into your stomach fat, and expect results. Dosing matters, timing matters, frequency matters. Some need to be taken on an empty stomach. Some work best before bed. Some need to be cycled. And if you're buying from some sketchy website because it's cheaper, you have no idea if what's in that vial is even real. Most people who use peptides work with a doctor or a clinic that specializes in hormone optimization. They get blood work done, they monitor their response, they adjust dosages based on how their body reacts. This isn't something you wing. If you're serious about trying peptides, you treat it like a medical protocol, not a supplement. So please, if you're considering hopping on the train, make sure you have a reputable source. Until then, keep training smart, keep asking questions, and remember, there's no peptide that replaces hard work. This is Legs Benedict. Now go lift something heavy.